Hello, everyone. Winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com, proposal-that-wins.com. Practicing some of my looks for my competition, November 16th, Playa Theater, transformation category. You are here about 10 myths about government contracting. I appreciate you being here this evening. We have a lot to talk about. Myth number one, we're going to kick things off. This book right here, winnerswaybook.com, will help you overcome a lot of myths. So let's kick things off. This is a beautiful tea I received as a gift. It helps me get ready for bed. So let's go into it. You will be paid as soon as you win the contract. It's a two-parter myth. You'll be paid as soon as you win the contract, be it with the city of Cincinnati, Ohio, state of New York, or with the Army, the Navy, the Marines. Lil Wayne and the championship ring. What's up, Reno? You will be paid ahead of time. That's a myth. That does not happen. That is not how it happens at all. In my 17 years of being in government contracting, my name is Dr. Kizzy Parks. Don't forget, you want to know how to do a proposal, proposal-that-wins.com. Have we been paid early? Yes, but let me explain. Out of all the opportunities I've ever been a part of, there have only been a few. And typically, they paid early with a credit card. It was for training. What's up, love? Jove. I was for training. It was for something where they said, hey, we need to get rid of this money. Let's pay you. I think the biggest amount, maybe $30,000, if that. If even that. I think the last time they did it, it was like $3,000. I remember $10,000. That was it. Excuse me. So going to the myths, there's a question about, can we expect on-time payments on simplified acquisition purchases? The type of purchase or contract has nothing to do with the speed of your payment. It has to do with the agency and your relationship with the client. So for the examples I'm sharing, they were all credit card purchases. Believe that they all were. So we have merchant accounts. The second part of that, of the myth around, do I get paid as soon as I get a contract? There's this other really weird myth that once you win a contract, you like take it to a bank and you're like, look, bank, I won a contract. Loan me some money. No worries, Debbie. That does not work. I've been there, done that, tried that with Bank of America. This is not to slight Bank of America. We have several accounts with Bank of America. I love Bank of America. They didn't lend me anything. I ended up working with, they're now called Cogent. They're a small bank. You can check them out. We don't bank with them anymore just because our needs have changed. And they gave us, I believe it was a $75,000 line of credit. So I had a good conversation with them. However, you had to pay, I think you had to pay 3/4 of it every month. There was some kind of deal with it. What's up, Yvette? So what ended up happening was I somehow got connected to a business banker at PNC. And at this time, they had a special program for woman-owned small businesses. This is what they told me. And immediately, I got a $40,000 line of credit with them just from opening a bank account. And I filled out one form, like, as the young people say, on God. Like, for real. I know PNC is not a small bank. And as I said, I don't recall exactly how I met the banker. I think it was through a network event. So this basically leads us to myth number 3. And that is about networking, making sure I counted right. And that is, the myth is, oh, I need to go to these networking events and meet these people and I'm going to get a contract. Okay. I received one contract from a networking event. It was with the Small Business Development Center. They needed somebody to create curriculum. They happened to be sitting at my table. I don't think the contract was more than $20,000. I don't honestly remember. I think we got the contract like 2014, 2015, 20, something like that. Other than that, but networking has helped in other ways. So it's not about, oh, I go to a networking event, boom, I get a contract. Oh, I went to a network event, boom, I felt really excited going. What are your goals for going to the event? So one of the things I enjoyed about going to events in the Orlando, Brevard County, Orange County, Seminole County, this is all Central Florida areas, I got to meet bankers from PNC, from Cogent, from, I think, Wells Fargo. I think I met someone from Bank of America. I got to meet people who were in supplier diversity or in purchasing for like Lockheed Martin. I got to meet other business owners. I liked it because it opened up my network and I didn't know what I was doing. So it was really helpful. But my advice to you after being in this space since 2007 is you have a plan when it comes to networking. Can you get connected and can those connections lead to work? Of course. Simply, my surgery is 8 July. So yeah, I know my voice sounds better, right? But it's still, because it's still there, but it sounds way better. Some suspect it's due to the diet and all these other things I'm doing in my life. I think it's a huge part. It truly is. I've really changed everything about my life, and I'm never going back. Yeah, where are you at in Arizona? What's up, practical patient? Yeah, health is wealth. You can have all the contracts in the world, but without health, you're not here. And again, I appreciate you all being here. It's way later than I would normally go on. And I just wanted to hop on here before I get ready to go to bed. To go to bed early, and I'm on Central Time. I live here in Tulum, Mexico. I will be traveling soon, so you'll see my background change. I'll be in the States quickly. Now leading to another myth. You need a capability. So that could be number 4, 5, 6. I need a capability. I need a website. I need to have an official email address. The answer is you do not need these things. What's up, mommy too? I didn't see you. And then woke family. Yeah, I don't. Going back to the PNC loan line of credit for $40K, I'm not saying credit wasn't a factor. I'm just saying they had a special program. I completed a piece of paper. My credit was like pretty good then. My credit was really bad in 03, 04, 05, a long time ago. So you don't need these things. Is it helpful to have a capability? It is. Because if you reached out and said, Kizzy, I would love to work with you, I probably will say, send me a copy of a capability. That's another way of saying, send me your resume. People like websites. It validates you, but you don't need to have a website. A gentleman I mentored, he had a website, but it had nothing to do with what he was winning. He won fencing, waste management, tree trimming before I met him. His website had nothing to do with it. His website was about marketing or something. So, because the government isn't looking into that. Yvette, I became vegan, did a totally Bali. Oh, wow, you went from 245. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I'm on the path with my goals. I just did the math. I was, and I'm working on not being so hard on myself, but I didn't meet my weight goal for June, but June was a very eye-opening month as somebody who's learning about themselves. And my vision is so open as your government psychic friend and more. And I did the math, and it's like I'm only 4 pounds away. So it's like, is it 4 pounds really? Like, if you really wanted to, you could drop 4 pounds in a week. I mean, let's keep it real. So I commend you, and I commend any of you watching live, watching the replay, who you're on some kind of transformational journey. Because it's easy to be mediocre. It's easy to stay where you are. It's easy to just not change. So I appreciate you. Oh, wow, Lon, that's really cool. Joe, he said, thank you for making videos and going through each step of the process. Anytime. I have a lot more videos to make, especially before my surgery. And given everything going on right now with weather stuff, it's kind of changed my plan. If you want your questions answered immediately, buy a badge so they pop up. If you haven't checked out my book, winnerswaybook.com, proposalthatwins.com. It's my Proposal Master Academy. Every single thing that you need to write a proposal is there. Every single thing is there. Templates, winning proposals, Canva, AI, pricing, how to look up pricing, everything is there. Reno, I didn't do a pie video yet. Most of our pie stuff is behind our paid wall, and it's not because I'm trying to get you to buy anything. I just haven't. I don't really know what to tell you. So I'll put the links up here for the trainings. So I'm going to show you proposalthatwins.com, the Proposal Master Academy. Screen may go black for a second. It'll come back. Take a look. In 60 days, it'll go up to $997. This is the class for you. Oops. Check out my book, winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com. Oh, yeah, Joe, go Lions, of course. We love the Lions. If anyone here is interested in our 3K training, I will put the link here too. Just give me 1 second. This coaching is 3 months, group one-on-one. You get access to my Slack community. You get help from my team. I also have a free Facebook group. This is another myth in government contracting, that it's oversaturated, people aren't helpful, nobody wants you to win, it's all rigged. Those are, in my opinion, things that people say to justify their situation. I was watching this clip from Eddie Abneu, who I love, and that's where I got my diet from. The coaching link has just been posted. It's the last one for 3K. And it was this woman talking about it takes up so much time. You can't cook. You can't make time. And then his post was like, yeah, but you can take time for to spend 4 hours scrolling Instagram. I see it as we make time for what's important to us. If you want to change your life, if you want to win a government contract, there's over 3,000. There's probably over 6,000 right now. We're about to enter the fourth quarter. Then you're going to find time. If you want to come up with excuses, this is what happens when you cook asparagus and broccoli. I have these flies that come in here. They fly around, and then I wake up and they're all on the floor. It is the weirdest thing. I've never encountered anything like this in my life. That's right. I mean, look, I like scrolling on Instagram. It's fun. I like looking at different things. I get ideas. I check out the Hood Healer. She's my girl. I check out Friends. I check out my Cardi B, all of that. My cousin, she ain't my cousin in real life, but she is in my head. I just follow the best way to call what I do is keto OMAD. Keto, only one meal a day. It's Eddie Abneu. I'll share his link. I'll share his name. Oops. There you go. Cordero, I feel like people say that they give their self an excuse because people love to validate anything they do or don't want to do. I agree with you. Cover those sink drains at night, those fruit. Oh, I don't get fruit flies, Lon. These are these weird, I appreciate the tip. I don't eat fruit. So I live in a very modern, new, and I want to emphasize modern, higher end condo. I don't really have a lot of issues here that some people I know have in their other buildings. What I have are these weird flies. I don't know if they're cenote flies because there's a cenote when you first walk in to my complex. Anytime I cook asparagus and broccoli, they come in here. It's very weird. Okay, I know I've digressed for some time, but that's part of life. winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com. So back to the myths. No, you're fine. We're just talking, and I'm not going to be on here long. The other day, I did a live, and I was on for 2 hours. So tonight, I'm taking it easy. I want to go to bed a little bit before 11 Central Time. So another myth is they don't want to buy from you, that you don't have experience, you don't have enough years. And this could be like 7, 8, 9, 10. We talk about 10 myths. All of the things. Oh, they're not going to recognize my name. My business name is weird. Once again, I mentored a gentleman. He was a bartender and had neck tattoos. And he's actually created some training for me. And you'll see him on some of my training. He won 3 contracts. I mean, it's not about who you are, what you look like, your website. Don't have a website, your LinkedIn, no LinkedIn. It's about, can you do the job? Are you meeting their evaluation criteria? Did you give them what they asked for? So for instance, I know the other night on the live, we had somebody who won, but now she doesn't have any money to pay for it. Well, that's problematic. I know somebody wrote in my Facebook group that they bid on something, but they forgot 2 forms and maybe a past performance, so they didn't win. So what's key is you have to follow instructions. Good evening, YC Not. So if the instructions say, fill out the past performance questionnaire, you have to do this. There's no like ulterior motive against you. That I think some people think that. Like, oh, they're against me. I can't win. I didn't serve in the military. I didn't work in the government. I don't know. Has nothing to do with business. That has to do with some issues people need to work through. I can't emphasize enough. Inner work, inner child, inner team. Do some work, shadow work. Take care of yourself. Joe, did you recently submit an invoice? Did you let your client know that you submitted the invoice? Did your invoice follow the requirements in your contract? All of those things impact the speed at which you get paid, which is another myth. The myth is, oh, the government takes forever to pay. Well, no, not exactly. What typically happens is a vendor misenters the information, or they don't tell anyone, or you don't follow up. Cordero, that's okay. We all have our moments. Well, I don't know about net 7, but Hi, it's Amber. Stands for your computer needs of Toledo. Oh, that's really cool, Amber. I love it. Can the supplier ship out? Would have to ship. Of course, bundles. It's up to you. It's all your call. What's up, Kia? Kia? What's the Vero plugin? What's that? I don't have houseflies. I have these weird. They're not house. Listen, I can't explain to you all. These are not houseflies. These are like genetically modified flies. There's one right there. They're like this big, and then they. Zzz. Why do they sound like that? I didn't. So, Daryl, if you want me to immediately answer the question, better buy a badge. No, it has nothing to do with. Okay, this is another myth. Your business legal arrangement has nothing to do with you winning a contract. Has nothing to do with it. Do what works for you. You just pay more taxes as a sole proprietor. Okay, this is a good segment. winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com, also on Amazon. Check out proposal.wins.com. Get into my Proposal Master Academy. It's one of the greatest things I've ever created. I'm going to create a lot of amazing offerings very soon. Everything you ever needed to know about proposal writing. Boom. It's all here. Sole proprietors pay more, Kimberly. You need a good tax attorney. Oh, you got it. You click like on the computer, it's a $sign. I don't know what it looks like on your phone. You got to show your support. Oh, it's all right, Cordero. I know you're not being rude. You guys are really loving on YouTube. I'm not worried about you guys. I'm really glad, Joe. Oh, so you submitted it on Friday. Joe, you're not getting paid for 30 days. Just follow up with your point of contact and give them a copy. Okay, Kimberly. Well, okay. I love and adore you guys. So here are some other government myths. That is hard. Oh, I can't get a government contract. Oh, it's so hard. Let's take a look at something here. I'm looking up like small business scorecards. And what's interesting when you look these things up is you don't have that many companies who are actually registered to do government contracting. So according to some, there are 205,500 government contractors. However, of those numbers, I want to say, don't quote me, but I want to say 60,000 or something are small. There's not that many government contractors, and I got to take a look. Thank you, Bundles of Joy. I appreciate you. Thank you, Yvette. And so I bring this up because it's not saturated. Let's say there are 205,000 government contractors. That means there's 205,000 people registered. Oh boy. Let me turn that off. As government contractors. It doesn't mean that they're actively bidding. Thank you, Yvette. We bid on a recompete, meaning we had the contract and we bid it to win it again for 5 years. 2 of us bid, it was an $8 million contract. So it's not oversaturated. Your hair is popping. Thank you. I finally washed it. What I like to do is when I get my color is I'll keep it, like I won't wash it for the first time ever I did it. I didn't wash it for a week. So I did a whole deep conditioner today. I still have the conditioner in. It's really soft. People are always surprised. They touch my hair like, oh, it says soft. What do you think? I got hair of yarn up in here? Like, whoa, what do you think? Why does the government request for solicitation? What does the government do? What? Okay, practical patient. I just need clarification. I love you. No, like 200. I don't know what I said about 65,000. Practical patient, clarify. Do you recommend? No. You don't need any certifications. Gabe, are you serious? Because you're not a troll. We're on horizontal, so I don't really get trolls. No, I got a lot of work to do, Gabe. But thank you. I do got my Tupac Shakur going on. We got this coming in. I mean, go on my Instagram. You'll see more fitness things. I digress. So one of the other myths is that you need an A-Day. You need a hub zone. You need like a certification. Y'all, this is not like you're collecting skins or badges in some video game. This is not Roblox or something. I don't know how that game works, but I bet you collect something. And I know kids are always taking your money and buying stuff. This is not that. When you register in sam.gov, pretty much all of you, maybe there's a couple of you who you wouldn't be considered a small business, maybe because you work for somebody, or maybe you're just a large business. But the vast majority of you watching my content, you're considered a small business. And a small business isn't, oh, it's just me and I make $1 a day. Please support me. $1 a day. No, a small business for some is 40 million. It's 1,000 employees. It's all dependent on the NAICS code. So you don't need any of these certifications. Just bid on small business. So on sam.gov, go to total small business set aside. You're so funny, Cordero. DF, if you can put as many NAICS codes as you want. You can have 100. You can have 1,000. Doesn't matter. Some good tea. It's the cutest. It's like this little, and then the tea is in there. It's intense. It's really good tea, caffeine free, but it makes me sleepy. It was a gift from a really amazing woman. She's amazing. So I like to have it at night. Have you ever tried to apply for DOE? What do you mean applied for DOE? SD, what do you mean a month? Rod, did you give him all the information? Oh, Cordero, thank you. I think I'm funny. I have a little thing going on with my business partner. My business partner thinks they're funnier. I think I'm funnier. You probably would think maybe we're tied. Yeah, some night 19. Non-disclosure. I mean, if you decide to work with them, have them sign an NDA. What's up, Crown G? Rod, what do you mean you have to wait? Wait for what? Oh, for DOE? I don't talk about grants. So I'm not your grant person. Go to grants.gov. I mean, I think we bid on Department of Energy work. Yeah. So some other myths are it's hard to get a contract. You can't find a contract. I spoke to somebody before I went live. And they're like, oh, it's so hard and something like I can't find it. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's not hard. It's all mindset, y'all. It's all mindset. If you think it's hard, it's going to be hard. Nothing more to say. Sorry, I see quite a few requests for solicitation. Is it a good practice, practical patient, to answer these solicitations to begin getting rapport? Practical patient, everybody else. This is another myth. You need to bid on solicitations, combined synopsis. That means they have the money and they want to buy. And make sure the deadline hasn't passed. Bid on those. You don't need to get to know the contracting officer. Literally, the contracting officer is just executing. That's all they're doing. Hey, contracting officer, we need 5,000 of these. Get them for me. Okay. They're just executing. Are there any industries that have an interest in that you have not yet won a contract? Real estate became close. Our price was too high. I want to get a janitorial one to prove my point. I'll probably bid on those soon. A weird one. I mean, we have some weird ones, but I want a really weird one. Oh, okay. Mega, that's really cool that you have a mining company. What are you mining? Gold? That's real cool. The other thing that's really important, and it's a myth, you can only sell what you know. Why would the government buy from you? It's a lot of defeatist things. You know, thinking about these myths, a lot of it is like negativity and just a mindset. Prove the point. Gary, to prove the point that I know how to maximize janitorial work. But I got to find the right one. I'll do it soon. Seems as if the real estate contracts are awarded in the form of commission. Not exactly. It depends on how you price it. So, like, let's say you price the rent. Let's say they charge you $5,000. You put the rent at $6,000. You're getting $1,000 a month. The average revenue you make from a real estate property, Google it. It's like $225 to $250 per door. You could set it up if you want as a commission. You could say, hey, owner of building, I got you this contract. I'm going to take my 20% if you want. I wouldn't do that. I would instead take monthly increments because the contract is in your name. It's in your name. You're the prime. No, I want ongoing royalties, per se, ongoing revenue. And apparently it hit my desk. Some other myths are the government, they want you to fail. They only want to give it to big business. Not true. The government consists of these things called human beings. We're all different. You know, just you got to have patience. You got to have humility. You got to have love. America is the greatest country in the world. Y'all, I got some extreme patriots. I got my little flag pinned in over there. So I love and adore you. Thank you, Mega. Ice cream, I'm like about janitorial. It depends on how you position it. What happens is somebody calls a janitorial company. They'll say, yeah, we'll clean the building for $3,000 a month. Somebody's like, yeah, I was told to add 50%. and then they submit a bid for $6,000 or $2,500 to clean some little government building. I know, I saw lawn. Lawn is silly. Nobody's trying to spend that amount of money on janitorial services. So that's the problem. But the people who get it win. I came across a woman who wanted to buy a government contracting company, and this firm, I don't know their name, and if I did, I won't even share it. They had won over $1 million in janitorial work in less than a year and a half. But they 1099 everybody and paid them low wages because that's the wave. For real estate, the government says you have to have authorization to represent the property, which normally is the listing agent. No, not Federal Business Institute LLC doesn't. It's not the listing agent. It's not how it works. It could be anybody here. It's whoever they say has the authority to represent them. If the government says no sublease, then you move on to another bid. It's like a guy who says he doesn't date black women. Moving on. I'm not here to change your mind. Who is the only person I can change? Yep. If I change my company address within 3 months of getting my cage code, just make sure it's a physical address. And when you go to renew that, you're going to be able to renew it and update your address with the state where you're registered. Y'all, I saw that Kennedy Center needed janitorial work 360 a year. How can I beat the incumbent on that job? I'd have to see the evaluation criteria. And maybe the Kennedy Center likes those people. Would you be interested in owning the property that the government will be leasing? What do you mean, would I be interested? I'm not trying to buy the property. What I would want to do is sell it to the government. My play is to say, because a lot of the leases are 10 years, my play is, hey, rent this for 10 years if you want to buy it early. And I would talk to the person who owns the building and say, let's say they're like, okay, I would sell it for $5 million. I would say government, they'll sell it for $6.5 million and pocket $1.5 million. Yeah, Cordero, you have to, if they require that, you got to get permission. That's not hard. Just get them to write a notarized letter. They purchase too. Because what adds value? The government has a portfolio of real estate. It's like McDonald's. What's going to add more value to what you do? Renting or owning? What would taxpayers prefer? You use my taxpayer dollars to rent, or you own? You own. Cordero, a lot of people ghost us. It's just the basic of sales. You keep moving on. When doing the middleman method, what's the best way to get longer terms with the sub if the agency is late on payments? Increase your ability to influence people. Is it better to change a percentage on a hard dollar amount on the bid? What do you mean change your percentage? Because I'd have to get quote, get authorization. Well, Cordero, if you make it seem like they're jumping through hoops, and they're not going to want to jump through hoops. If you make it seem easy. Listen, I have an opportunity for you to rent your building for 10 years with the federal government. Have you heard of the federal government not paying its bills? Thank you. If you would like to be part of this, this is really simple. Let's hop on notarize.com. I need you to notarize this letter that I can represent you. Here's what we do. Here's the price. How much money do you want per month on rent? You want $10,000? That sound good to you? Okay, great. So it's $10,000. You want that every year. What do you want to increase over time? Okay, excellent. And then I will be the prime contractor. I'll be your main point of contact. And here's another thing. We could also try to negotiate with them to sell it. I'm not sure if you want to sell this building or not. Let's say you do want to sell it. What would you like? Just give me a number. Just, give me a number. Maybe they're like, $10 million. Okay, 10 million. Man, they never pay me 10 million. You never know. It's the federal government. I mean, goodness. They have money all the time. Okay. You got to make it easy for them. The more you make it easy, we don't feel like it's jumping through hoops. How do you order at McDonald's? I don't eat at McDonald's. I recently went there to meet up with my uncle when I was in Michigan. They got the little things you go up to and you order like this. Little things you order on your app, you order on Uber Eats, you order and park your car. What has McDonald's done? Made ordering fast food easy. You don't even have to talk to anybody. Thank you, kiosk. Why do we like Uber? It's easy to get a ride. Why do we like Uber Eats? Well, I don't use it anymore. It's easy to get food. I do use Tomato MX. It's easy. There are times when I need guacamole or something, I'll use Tomato MX. Or if I want certain things delivered, it's a delivery service. It's easy. And what I like about Tomato MX, I can pay them cash when they come. So when it comes to middlemaning, you have to make it easy for them. What happens in the myth is people do the opposite. Like, oh, I'm just going to give them a 500-page document. Then they going to give me all this info. I'm like, they ain't going to get nothing. Okay. Have you ever thought about partnering with a large company? I guess. I mean, I don't know. Why? What's the benefit of doing that? Unless they owned it. Why would I? I don't know about that. If a private owner is not going to want to pay a large multiple. A private owner understands they make their money on the purchase. The federal government has more leeway. Somebody may say, based on the numbers, okay, this would be great. Spending $10 million on this building makes sense for us. Bundles joy is because this is new. Jessica, I saw your email too. I'll write back to you later. Sometimes we have a sub. They get, I don't remember, almost 500,000 a year. You don't have to see those fucking flies. Look at this fly. I don't know why you're trying to hide. Cenote fly. They're all coming out. They're all going to die. Flies. You see them in the background? I'm going to wake up in the morning. They're all going to be like that. Okay. The government owns old buildings when none of their leasing contracts mention purchasing the building. Yeah, because you don't know the game. If you don't ask, you don't receive. Did that register with you guys? If that registered, type yes before I head out because I'm going to go to bed. It's 11 my time. Did that register? And it's not meant to be rude or anything like that. That's why I come on here. There's a whole play. This isn't just do some middleman. Somebody made $4,000 on a contract. I have tons of interviews, and I'm interviewing somebody next Sunday. This is about reality. This is business. We're talking business. Put aside the federal government. Business. If one of my tenants came up to me and said, Kizzy, I really like your house here in Melbourne, Florida. How much to buy it? I would tell them $1 million. This condo right here, I talked to the owners. I said, I'm going to buy this from you. And here in Mexico, we pay cash. So I keep telling them, I'm going to buy this from you. I have an idea of what I'm going to pay. I probably will pay a little over market to sweeten the deal. They're not trying to sell this. They don't have this condo listed. They never said to me, hey, Kizzy, would you like to buy this condo? No. But it's about business. Why? Because some people like ownership. Some people like cash. Anytime, Debbie. I'm up playing Scramble with my husband. See you live. Thank you. Oh, cool. Scrabble. Scrabble's fun. Thank you, D. Henson, that you love the book. Let me take a quick photo. Ooh. And I'm going to go. This is a glorious week. Do some traveling. I love and adore you all. My wife and I are starting soon. King, love it. Katrina, will you begin the weekly live? Oh, it's going to be monthly. Monthly. Proposal thatwins.com. Honest, okay, Katrina. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it before my surgery. So thank you, Bundles. It may be the end of July. Worst case, it'll be August. Okay. And once we get 1,000 people in the course, I'll give away $25,000 ticket for the Tulum retreat. So thank you for doing that. Maybe what I'll do, worst case, is like a Q&A, like typing. Okay. I'm glad you asked. I just, due to the hurricane situation, I am leaving Mexico way earlier than I anticipated and doing some things that I'm like, let me take care of this while I still have a voice situation. So I appreciate your flexibility. Okay. What point as a prime contractor middleman do you share all the job info? I own the business. Let me ask you, the current employer you have or previous employer, did they share all their info? Did they give you a copy of their P&L? Did they tell you how much people make? Did you know how much people made that sat next to you? Do you know the amount of money they paid for their contractors? We all know the answer to that. So why would you tell your subcontractor anything? You own the business. Thank you, Wendell. I'm glad that you're reading the book. Proposal Master thatwins.com, $447. Get it now before it goes up to $997. Your screen might have went black for just a second, only because I was sharing my screen. Don't share anything with people that they don't need to know. You're the business owner. My subs need to know what I want to tell them. That's it. It's your business. And when I say it's your business, this is not like Tabitha Brown, like it's your business. Put what you want for seasoning. This is not that. This is like literally it's your business. So I love and adore y'all. I'm going to head out for the night. I'm going to sleep so well. I couldn't sleep last night. And I want to leave you with this. While there are a lot of myths in the world of government contracting, I have over 600 free videos. I have my book, winnerswaybook.com. I have a $3,000 group coaching course. I'll put the link here, and then I'll put the link in after the video processes. Whether this is you're watching live or you're watching the replay, I want you to understand something. You can win a contract. You can win a contract in 3 months. There's no reason you can't. It's not hard to win a contract. This is not get rich quick. It all begins here. If you know and think you can do it, you can do it. And I'm the same way. There are times when I'm like, and then I'm like, nope. Like today, I met this person. And they were like, you got to make sure you give like positive, like loving messages to yourself before you go to bed, because I can tell you're really hard on yourself, and, just be careful of that, and be careful of not going back to how you were, bringing in that energy. And I was like, man, this stranger's completely right. And so I wrote a little note on my sticky note. I put loving messages at night. Like, I have everything I need. The world is amazing. Everything is possible. And so it's a nice reminder because we as people sometimes default to negativity. That's why people love Yelp and Google reviews. And it can be hard to just change that. So I just wanted to remind you all. Jessica, thank you so much. I love you. Thanks for your encouragement anytime. What are your thoughts on being on an IDIQ contract to help? How many recipients are on the IDIQ? Oh, Jim Henson. Take what you got and run with it. Yeah, Yvonne, here, it's $3,000. You got two options. You got the option for 3, it's $29.97. I don't know. It seems like with that IDIQ, they're going to want past performance questionnaires. I don't know. Who is Federal Business Institute LLC? I don't know who you are. Like, send me an email. Okay. I only scritch up my face because I'm like, who are you? I feel like I know you. Okay, y'all, it's time to go to bed. I'm excited. Lots of weight loss, lots of exciting things, lots of life-changing. And the same goes for you. There's no reason 3 months from now you couldn't win a contract. There's no shortage of opportunities. This is the last quarter of the fiscal year. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. I love you, adore you. One more time. Proposalthatwins.com, proposalthatwins.com, winnerswaybook.com. It's on Amazon. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So please share my channel with 10 people. Like, subscribe, hit the notification, hit the thumbs up. Like, subscribe, hit the notification, thumbs up. Please share. I love you all so much. You mean the world to me. Until next time, everything is possible. Take care.